Well, we're back here at Ronald McDonald House. Now, last week we put in the herb and veggie gardens and the new lawn, and they're doing beautifully. This week, it's the Cubby House, which the kids are going to love. But before we get started, I've got to pop down to Mitre10 to pick up all the materials. Well, timber's a good place to start. Tony's checked out my Mitre plan and is selecting all the necessary timber, and he'll arrange for it to be delivered to the garden. Very handy. While the guys get my timber together, I've got to get myself some hardware, nails, bolts, screws, and a few tools. Now, when you're working with treated pine, it's important that those nails, bolts and screws are hot-dip galvanised or stainless steel. Crucial if you're near the coast and subject to salt in the air. Also, safety is paramount, especially when using power tools. So make sure you have all the right gear: dust mask, safety glasses and ear protection. Once you've chosen a suitable position, it's time for the set out. Lay down the floor sheets and set pegs and string lines to the exact size. Then remove the sheets and dig the post holes around 400 to 500 millimetres deep, but check for any pipes. House out the posts, clamp on the bearers and then check the levels and measurements, making any adjustments before concreting the posts in place. Use quickset if you want to keep moving like us, or standard pre-mixed concrete, which will need to set overnight. Space the joists evenly on the bearers and then fix down with screws, hand nailing or a nail gun. The floor sheets are then fixed onto the joists. Assemble the wall frames using the floor as a workbench, allowing for the door and any windows. Then raise and fix the walls together, making sure they're level and plumb. Nail on hoop iron for bracing. The roof rafters are nailed to the top of the walls with extra support at the ridge from gang nails. There are a few options for walling. We're using Western red cedar for a touch of class, which you need to space out and attach to the wall frames, cutting around the door and window. Then Western red cedar and ridge cap are attached to the rafters. Really, this has taken me and my mate Brian from sunrise to sunset to complete the job, and we're two experienced tradesmen. So if you're an enthusiastic DIYer, give yourself a couple of weekends to finish this one, especially if you're working on your own. By the way, we've used Salang and Batu to give a dressed finish around the window, door and corners of the cubby. Beautiful. Well, there you go. The Cubby House is finally finished, and what a ripper. And I wish I could see the smiles on the kids' dolls, but unfortunately it's a little bit late and they're all in bed. But they're going to get the surprise of their lives when they wake up in the morning. Now, none of this garden would have been possible without the kind help of a few people, and they are the Hire Guys for the skip bin, BioWise for the mulch, Soils and Soils, Holman Industries for the irrigation, Westland Turf, and, of course, Mitre10, the place you go to get your Mitre plan to build great projects like this.